Welcome back. As we promised, this segment is going to be a sportive one, and we are going to tackle the most important events that took place yesterday from the football arena in specific. As the whole world was focusing on what was going on between Real Madrid and Liverpool. This was such a marathon, not a normal final Champions League, with Courtois being that huge in front of Mo, and the match ended with a 1-0 victory for the Spanish side. But congratulations to Mo, as even the Western media headlines were speaking about him as if he were just playing against Real Madrid on his own. Well, to continue with analyzing the story and with speaking about what happened yesterday in the French capital, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mr. Mohmed Adel, our sports analyst. A very good morning to you, Mr. Adel.
Good morning.
Mr. Adel, would you please raise your voice a little?
Sorry?
Yes, great. Sir, yesterday, as I said, it was a marathon, and Mo was really doing great. In the same time, Courtois was doing even greater. Many sports critics or sports analysts who were watching and commenting on the match yesterday said that if it were that fair, it would end 5 or 5-1, and the whole goals would be because of Mo's brilliant, distinguished performance. Would you please let me know if this was also your opinion?
Well, about yesterday's game, it was, I believe, it was a personal game between Mohamed Salah and Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Mohamed Salah, as for statistics, he had 6 on-target attempts to Thibaut Courtois. And that is a very big number for a striker in a final game, especially in the UEFA Champions League final. Since 2003, 2004, we didn't watch a striker had 6 on-target attempts in a game.
Yes.
So Mohamed Salah did a great game yesterday, although he didn't score in Courtois' goal, because Courtois did not a magnificent game, but an extraordinary game. Thibaut Courtois had 9 saves yesterday. So when we heard about the 9 saves for a goalkeeper in a final, we can imagine what happened from Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Liverpool had 24 attempts, 9 of them on target, and all the 9 saved by Thibaut Courtois, who was man of the match yesterday. I believe he is man of the match yesterday for the UEFA Champions League final.
Yeah. Sir, can we blame Jurgen Klopp for any of the tactics changes, timing of changing timing of the tactics? Can we do that, or it was only a hard luck game for Jurgen Klopp and his men?
Well, about the tactics played by, especially by Jurgen Klopp, who was dominating the game yesterday. Most of the game was dominated by Liverpool. They played as they are playing throughout the season, whether in the Premier League or the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup or the UEFA Champions League. They played as they used to play versus any team. The forward 3 of Salah, Sadio Mane, and Luis Diaz played as they used to play versus any team. But the difference here is the physical status of Thiago Alcantara. Because Thiago Alcantara, I believe, is the connector between the defense and the offense lines of Liverpool. We heard about Thiago Alcantara's injury versus Wolverhampton in the final round of the Premier League. We all thought that he will be missing the game. But on Friday, we watched Thiago Alcantara participated in the training sessions of Liverpool, but only for 2 minutes. So we thought that Thiago Alcantara will be one of the cards Jurgen Klopp will keep on the bench. But suddenly we found Thiago Alcantara played in the main squad. But before the beginning of the game, we also heard that Thiago Alcantara has injured and he will be out of the game totally, and
Yeah.
Naby Keita will play. That's happening throughout the 36 minutes of the game delayed. We all know what happened before the beginning of the game.
Yes.
The massive chaos happened in front of the Saint Denis Stadium. The crash between the police and the many spectators and fans outside the stadium. But throughout the 36 minutes, we heard about the absence of Thiago Alcantara, and suddenly we found him on the pitch. So I believe the physical status of Thiago Alcantara affected massively the the midfield line of Liverpool. Thiago Alcantara, if he is 100% physical ready on the physical point of view, I believe the status of the game will differ. But Liverpool played very well. They had many attempts throughout Real Madrid, but on the other side, Real Madrid defense by Militao, by Alaba, by Casemiro, they did great by Carvajal. Also, Carvajal, I believe in one of the stars of the game yesterday, he did great versus Luis Diaz, and Valverde also did great in the offensive point of view of Real Madrid. He assisted the goal for Vinicius Junior, who gets the ball in the one of the weakest points of Liverpool yesterday. One of the little wrongdoings by Liverpool of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who that he is not that
thank you for the detailed analysis, sir. But let me ask you about something else, because I want to really return to Mo, because some of the media reports and some of the sports critics were speaking about yesterday's match as a lesson to Mo not to release such statements before the game, because nothing is guaranteed in football. Do you agree with that, or this psychological war, if we may name it this way, is something normal, particularly when it comes to finals?
Well, when you talk about Mohamed Salah, we are talking about the one of the biggest stars all over the world. So
yes,
the conferences and the meetings with the press before the game was more than the original, or more than the natural of the players before the final. He was speaking about revenge, speaking about you should score to settle, speaking about I want to play versus Real Madrid, even before Real Madrid beating Manchester City in the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. So the feedback or the replies from Real Madrid players was very much calmer than Mo was speaking. Sadio Mane spoke about it's not a revenge, but we want to play a good final. But Mohamed Salah, when he spoke about the revenge, it was spoken about from his own point of view, because what happened in 2018 and the injury happened to him by Sergio Ramos, as we all remember. So it was a load. I believe it was a personal load for Mohamed Salah, but Salah was ready for that load, and we did watch Mohamed Salah yesterday, how brilliant he was in the game. But because of Thibaut Courtois again,
there was another match between Salah and Courtois in specific.
Yes.
Those two
yes.
specific, they had their match on their own. But sir, let me ask you also about Karim Benzema. Yesterday's match is going to be another step on the right path for Benzema to be maybe the only choice for the coming Ballon d'Or?
Well, it will be not that good to say that the UEFA Champions League final will decide the Ballon d'Or winner, because I believe that Karim Benzema deserves to be the Ballon d'Or winner this season, because he took literally Real Madrid on his shoulders. He got three tournaments and trophies this season: the Super Cup, the Spanish Super Cup, which was held in Saudi Arabia, the La Liga in Spain, and the UEFA Champions League. When we compare the market value of Liverpool with the market value of Real Madrid, or from the player's point of view, we will find that Karim Benzema literally took Real Madrid on his shoulders. He gets them these three trophies, as I did mention seconds ago. So Karim Benzema, with the exceptional season he did with Real Madrid, whether on the La Liga or the UEFA Champions League, he deserves to be the Ballon d'Or winner. Although Salah did great this season, being the Premier League top scorer, being the Premier League most assists, which is one of the best things happened for Salah in the
but he lost
season.
the African Cup of Nations, the EPL title, the qualifications through the World Cup, regarding the national team, and now the Champions League. Maybe it was not his year regarding titles, but it's his year regarding performance and the goal scoring. Sir, if you please, because I really should seize the chance since you were here, because what happened yesterday for Al Ismaili was really pain-aching, was really painful for all the fans of football in Egypt in general, because when saying that Al Ismaili is descending to the second division of the Egyptian league, it's really something which we would not even imagine it's gonna happen, at least in the past 2 or 3 decades. How do you see this? I mean, what are the main reasons behind this very poor performance and lack of consistency for the team which was called the Egyptian Samba?
Well, about Al Ismaili, I believe Al Ismaili will remain in the Premier League, but I believe that it will happen in the last round of the Premier League. But what's happening in Al Ismaili it's very obvious. The reasons are obvious because of the managerial problems and disasters happen in Al Ismaili. The changes of the head coaches, we are talking about 5 or 6 head coaches this season only for Al Ismaili. I believe that Al Ismaili will be remaining in the Premier League, but I believe that also that the performance of Al Ismaili in the last 3 or 4 games is one of the best for Al Ismaili throughout the last 2 years. So I believe the Ismaili fans should be patient to Hamza El Gamal and his staff. Should be patient to the players. They are doing well in the last 3 or 4 games, and we are playing in the 20th round. We have 14 games to go. So I believe in the next games, Al Ismaili will do better than he is doing nowadays, especially versus Zamalek yesterday. They didn't do well compared to their games versus El Bank Al Ahli or versus Smoha, or the game before Al Bank Al Ahli. They were doing well, but yesterday they were playing versus Zamalek, and Zamalek, one of the biggest names in the Egyptian football. Also, Zamalek played well versus Ismaili yesterday. So the losing the game was not that easy for Ismaili, and winning the game was not that easy for Zamalek to win the 3 points. It's the first 3 points in Cairo Stadium in 82 days. So I believe Ismaili will remain in the Egyptian Premier League, but it will be decided throughout the last couple of rounds over the last
let's
3
wait
rounds
and see, and let's continue praying for Al Ismaili to return back to its old good days and the wonderful performance we enjoyed with the Egyptian Samba before. Well, Mr. Mohmed Adel, our sports analyst, thank you very much for your input, sir. Have a very good day. and we are going also to follow what is going to happen in Morocco, where the much anticipated match between Al Ahly and Al Wydad of Casablanca. This is going to be another marathon for an African title this time, the African Champions League. We wish the Red Devils the best of luck. And by this we come to the end of this special episode of our breakfast show. You are in the company of my dear colleague Amal Mukhtar and myself, Nermeen Abdurrahman. For more details, please log on to www.nilinternational.net. Tomorrow is another day and another crew. It's goodbye for now.